Here we have Peely Bone from Jazwares 4-inch Fortnite action figure line. He comes with a single accessory, and that is the Death Valley harvesting tool. I've always liked this one. I thought this one was pretty cool, and I guess they gave him this one because he's part skeleton, and there's a skeleton on the handle or the picking portion of the pickaxe. I don't know. This is more of a Western style harvesting tool, but either way, I'm still pretty happy to have that here. All right, so let's get into Peely Bone. I am not a particular fan of the skin in game. I have to say, I think the figure looks pretty good, but I've always been a little bit disturbed why his brain is in the lower portion of the banana. At least I think maybe that's intestine, but it looks like brains to me. And actually, you know what, now that I'm thinking more about it, maybe this is just how they represent intestine. I don't want to really talk about a banana's anatomy any further. But it's kind of cool and interesting to think about this, that they have probably reused the left arm and the left leg from the original Peely to make this figure. So that's kind of interesting that they can reuse just a couple parts on this figure. Just like, he's like sawed down the middle. Once the Peely floodgates open, we just gotten so many Peelys now. I remember way back when we were waiting for that first Peely, it seemed like it took forever. So anyway, this figure has most of a standard articulation pile of articulation, whatever. There's no head articulation, no waist articulation, but the arms rotate. There is a hinge, and this one actually articulates a lot better than the very first Peely we ever got. The elbow also has a hinge and a rotation. This is about as far up as his elbow goes, a rotation and a hinge at the wrist. If you want him to do the splits, well, there you go. He can do his splits and spin around on his lower banana portion. He has a thigh rotation, a double pin at the knee, a hinge and rotation at the ankle, and both sides do, except, yeah, even this even has a rotation. I almost missed it when I was looking at it. But if you want the bone leg, I almost feel like we should do the articulation twice, but I'll save you that. Show you the bone leg actually bends back a whole lot further than the non-bone leg. There's kind of an example right there, just because there's less to it. And then the arm, I've noticed that when you pull the shoulder up on the right side, you want to be careful. Make sure you've got this arm fully held onto so you don't like break it or rip it out of the socket or something like that. But it works really pretty good. The same kind of as you're moving the ankle for the foot. You want to make sure you're kind of holding on to that ankle because it wants to like bend a lot. Anyway, one other thing I happen to notice, and I don't know if you care or not, but apparently bananas have 3 toes. Because this bone Peely, I don't know why I say bone Peely. This Peely Bone has like a big toe and then like 2 smaller toes. So that's, if you want to know more about the anatomy of a Peely or a banana, there you go. It's just hilarious to think. I don't know. The colors are actually pretty close. It's a little bit wider bone than the Death Valley. And truthfully, I've never really known which way to hold the Death Valley because, like, the face is that way. Apparently, that's the... This may be a bit of a fragile thumb. That was, like, really way out there. I'm going to have him hold it by this one. But the pick that you usually would pick is on this side, but the face is on this side. And I don't know. I'll just face it towards the pick side like that. Probably wrong, but he also's got the horns out there to also do some damage as he's gathering that building material. This is Banana Anatomy 101 Peely Bone. If you want to see all the Jazwares 4-inch Fortnite action figures from 2018 to 2022, then click the video on the right side of the screen.